All right, let's do case 25. This will be the last case of the first half. Jay Brooks already finished 26 through 50. Whew. After this, we've got the drinking break. Might not be immediately after this, but you know, after this anyway. At any rate, at some point after this, we have the drinking break. Whew. Man. Hall of Famer Rod Carew. Let's see what we can get. Is this the hot box? It is the hot box. I always like hitting the hot box right away. Clark Schmidt, white border. That's great, man. That's great. Jay Brooks took the ST to get the tire plugged, and they said it was too close to the side to, safely plug it. I was afraid of that, so I had to get a whole new tire. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Conforto. That tire wasn't even a month old. I don't know. It was hard to see in that photo, but it was right on the edge. Image variation of C.J. Abrams. It was a It was a friend of Jay Brooks. It wasn't, just random. Bro, you can't go anywhere with Jay Brooks without him knowing somebody. Anywhere you go, he knows people. You can't go to a restaurant in Hillsborough County, right, without people in the restaurant either sitting there or working there. Usually both that don't know Jay Brooks. It is the most frustrating thing. I don't like going anywhere with him because he knows people everywhere we go. All right, box one is done. Just like that, we finished the hot box. I mean, a lot of them, but not all of them. Hey, you're welcome. You did really well. What'd you get? 3 autos, right? 2 Rafaela and then what, a Fredlin? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Drinking break tonight. I'm excited for the drinking break. April's a sucky month. I wouldn't feel guilty. Breaks like that raise that kind of money, compared to what the case is actually worth, they know they're not going to get their money back. So occasionally when somebody does well, everybody's pretty happy about it. Like the Nationals went for $40, and they hit a gold Vladdy auto. That was pretty cool. So I mean, sometimes it works out. Sal Frelick. I don't even know who Walker Jenkins is. Acuna? Some girl weeping. What the hell? I think today they're calling him flatulence. I'd prefer catatonic over flatulence any day. Oh yeah? Alright, well that makes sense, if he's not in other products. Yeah, agreed. Me neither. Hey, Mossdown, how are you? I've got 45 cases of Hobby Bowman. So I'll have the second round. We'll have second round sometime this coming week, which is when they, offer you more cases at a higher price. So I figure I'll have at least enough cases to do 50 and maybe enough to do 100. I don't know yet, but we'll at least be able to do 50 cases of Bowman. It'll be hobby cases, so that's whatever. But I mean, we just did this break. If we can do this break, we can do Bowman Hobby. That's the way I look at it. No, not all of them. Well, I mean, technically, I guess all of them, but it's because of Blowout. Blowout got us more cases, which was very nice of them. I guess Jay Brooks rep got upset. So, but what he doesn't understand is like some people at Fanatics are telling us to keep running 100 cases, just keep doing it. And then other people are telling us, well, you can't have 100 cases. So when we tell the people that are telling us to run 100 cases that the other people at Fanatics won't give us the 100 cases, then those people, I guess, yell at those people, and then those people come to us and they're like, hey, why'd you get me in trouble? We're like, bro, I don't know what am I supposed to tell them? Am I supposed to say, hey, we're not going to do 100 caser, but it just got nothing to do with the fact we can't have 100 cases? Like, so anyway, Spencer Strider, we're up to 45. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely better pricing than we'd have gotten anywhere else, that's for sure. Sal Frelick, I think that's image, or is it color? Yeah, that one's color. Yeah, well, I don't want to burn the bridge either, you know? Like, we don't want to make the guy that gives us cases mad. But at the same time, he's got to understand if you don't give us the cases, then when they ask us why we're not doing the 100 cases, we got to tell them. You know what I mean? We got to be like, well, we don't have the cases to do the 100. And then when they come to you, you gotta be 21. You gotta be like, hey, uh, I got a lot of people I'm giving cases to, so I just didn't give them enough. Like, you can't be like mad at us. You know what I mean? It's not like we're running around snitching, trying to get people in trouble. We're just, when they say, why aren't you doing the 100 caser? We got to be like, we got to give them the honest reason. We can't not do that. People got to understand that too. Slade Ciccone, Zach Geloff. Yeah, I haven't watched any of it. I haven't watched much of anything at all, to be honest with you. And that's because I've been doing this. This nonstop. Hey, how's it going? He's all right. He's all right. We got Acuna photo variation. It seemed pretty bad. Nah, he's straight. It'd be nice to have a couple days, where we're not opening this before we start the next one. But to be fair, I mean, we really moved through this, right? I mean, the product came out on the 10th, and we did the 11 caser, right? Starting at 6 a.m. So then we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We did 50 cases in 10 days. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. Obviously, Jay Brooks was done yesterday. Um, you know, but yeah, 10 days. In 11 days, we did 61 cases. That's pretty good. So take a couple days off, right? Just two. Take 2 days off. Come back Monday and get the second half done. And then we got to get that shipped as soon as possible because we're going to have Bowman on May 8th. Which I know doesn't seem like it's, that close, but it really is. May 8th is really close. So, whew. We're packing up the 11 caser right now, but we won't ship any of that till Monday. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. So we'll start shipping the 11 caser Monday. I probably won't get it all out. It'll probably be Monday, Tuesday, maybe even a couple packages on Wednesday. But yeah, it's already packaging. So yeah. Oswald Peraza. And then we'll be working on the first 50. Pepe Frias. Pepe Frias. So we probably won't do a lot of breaking between the time this ends and Bowman. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not much, because we got to get this out, So instead of breaking, Jay Brooks and I will probably be sorting, packaging, and shipping. I might do some small breaks that are easy to ship. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But that'll probably be it. I won't do anything big or with a lot of cards. Yeah, I think there was 4 or 5 Felix Bautista relics. And they were all orange, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of them. No autos yet. But we're only This is only, I think, box 4. I really want to hit a Jason Dominguez auto. Jason Dominguez and Juan Soto, those are guys I haven't hit, you know. I've seen a Jason Dominguez, but I only saw a red, so I wonder if maybe he only has red. Or he might be one of those guys where the blue is as rare as the red, you know what I mean? That happens. So, I don't know, but we definitely haven't hit one. Yeah, buyback would be pretty cool. Or a cut. Cut would be awesome too. We did hit a hidden gem, which is crazy. Hidden gem's crazy. Yasmani Grandal. I don't know. I didn't see one, to be honest with you. It just was whatever. But it was this. It appears to be the same all the way through. You know, like it's the same guys that are double printed. No, not that I could see. Hey, we got a Volpe auto. That's a nice card. A Volpe auto. It was just like Series 1, you know, where they were literally double printed. Like it's 100% double printed. So it should be the same sheet, you would think. And usually sheets are you remember on the checklist where it was like Veteran 1, Veteran 2, Veteran 3, and then there was like a rookie one. Usually that's aligned by sheet, you know, that's why it's like that, but it wasn't that way, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell they were doing. Larry Christensen. Larry Christensen. Yeah, two Bo Bichettes were the 2 hidden gems. Which is also odd. 1 to hit 2 hidden gems, and 2 for them both to be Bo Bichette. But, you know. I'll take it, because that's such a rare spot. So I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. I wish they wouldn't. I wish they'd stop. But somebody said that retail is the opposite. I don't know if that's true. I doubt it. I doubt it's true because logically it makes no sense. You know, it doesn't make any sense, but nobody's really opened enough of it to verify it, you know. Like people have said, oh, I got like, you know, a bunch of doubles and this and that, but you know, they're opening 1 or 2 or 3, you know. Nobody's opening retail in the kind of numbers we would need to actually see if it's double printed the opposite direction. And I can tell you that that's very, very unlikely, but you know, until we actually see it. And I don't know if anybody's opening retail in those numbers. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And logically it doesn't make any sense. Like, not just logically like Occam's razor, but logically in how would they have the opposite double print? You know what I mean? They would have to redesign all the sheets. Nobody's doing that. for base cards that are in both products. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know, but there could always be some explanation that I'm not seeing because I mean I'm not the printer or the packager. So I don't know. They did it one time. They used a small printing company. And what the small printing company did is they printed Bowman Draft, the Bowman Draft First Edition. And they had two different versions of Bowman Draft First Edition. They had sealed boxes, right? There were 24 packs. And then they had one second. Let's see. 50 pack lots, which were loose packs. And the loose packs had half the base checklist, and the boxes had the other half. And the 50 pack lots went out first. And so people in the breaks, in my breaks actually, caught it and was like, wait, what the heck? So we sent the information to Topps, and then they verified that the opposite was true in the boxes. So they destroyed every box and redid it. And it delayed it. And everybody was mad. But it's better everybody be mad than, oh, it had to be so frustrating. Like, if you're Topps, you got to be so frustrated with that. But, so it's happened where they've done, half in one version and half in the other version. But in that situation, they only printed these sheets for this and then these sheets for that. In this, that's not what's happening. You're not getting anybody. You're just getting double prints. So it's not an exact duplication of the issue. But it's crazy. It's just insane. All right. Where are we at here? What do we got? 7 left? 7 boxes left? In the old days, how you got short prints was that they printed the base set in series. Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, right? And they only sold one series at a time. So they would only have like 132 cards for sale at any one time, right? And as the series went on, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, they printed less and less and less because people were less and less interested. So there's more cards of Series 1 than there are Series 5, right? And so they would call Series 5 short printed. But they were short printed because they just didn't make as many because they didn't sell as many. So that's where the short prints come from in Heritage, and that's why they were at the end of the set, right? Because those would be the cards that were short printed in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, because that would be Series 5. And Series 5, they just didn't make much of it because the baseball season was either almost over or over. And people bought less baseball cards the farther away you got from May. You know what I mean? So that's why you have short prints. And then you'll also notice, specifically in the very early 80s, late 70s, you had double prints, and those were star cards. Like Mike Schmidt and Pete Rose and Reggie Jackson. And so what that was a completely different issue. What that was, they would put the card of the bigger players that people wanted the more of, they would put them on more than one sheet, right? So you would get the same card printed on more than one sheet. Instead of just being on one sheet, they'd be on multiple sheets. And that would make it easier to pull the stars in the packs, because they thought, you know, if you're more likely to be happy with your purchase, you'll buy more. So they would double print guys like, you know, Mike Schmidt and Pete Rose and Reggie Jackson, that kind of thing. So that happened for a while, but it ended up having the opposite effect, because people started to realize that they were really easy to pull, these star cards. And so, you know, nobody cared as much, because you just got them all the time. You know, you open a box and you get 3 of everybody, but the star cards you get 6. People started to notice, and that kind of it had the opposite effect. From the beginning, but with more detail. So that's where short prints and double prints came from originally. Like, they would intentionally double print, but they would double print the people they thought everybody wanted. We got Pablo Lopez. All right, so we're halfway through this box, and we only have the one auto. It's a good auto, though. Volpe's a good auto. Jay Brooks ended with, like, red ink autos left and right, and I can't seem to... I'm having trouble pulling them the last 10 cases or so. I've pulled a couple, but I'm on a dry spell of red ink. Yeah, they stopped it. I want to say they stopped it like maybe 83. I feel like they still did it in 82. But around 83, I think, is when they stopped. There was more competition, you know, because you had Fleer and Donruss. And people were definitely noticing by then that if you opened a Topps pack, you know, you had more chance of getting the bigger names, but there was more of them, so it made them less valuable. They had price guides by then, you know, and they would note it, you know, it'd be put a DP by the card, and it would be worth less. That's why the Mickey Mantle 52 Topps is rare. Is because 52 was a huge hit. And they decided to print a final series starting with card 411. They had a 410 card set. And they were like, Cy Berger, actually, he's the one that pushed for it. He was like, let's do another series, and the people at Topps were like, no, you know, let's just worry about 53 because it's so late. And he was like, look at this, I can't keep it on the shelves, it's flying off the shelves. So they approved I want to say a 5th series. I don't remember what number it was, to be honest with you. It might have only been 3 or 4, but they approved another series of Topps, right? And that was the set with the Mickey Mantle rookie. Well, the Mickey 52 Mickey Mantle. And by the time they had it printed, packaged, and shipped out to retailers, nobody wanted it because the baseball season was over. And he couldn't get rid of it. He was trying to sell it for like a penny a box, and nobody wanted it. Like, grocery stores, convenience stores, they were sending it back because they couldn't sell it. So he couldn't get a penny a box for 52 Topps. So they had it all in the warehouse. It was taking up warehouse space. And they tried to sell, like, it wasn't immediate. Like, they didn't throw it in the Hudson River in 1952. Like, I feel like it was a couple years later when it had just been sitting in their warehouse, and they couldn't move it because now, new years were out and new products were out. Nobody wanted 52, and so they loaded it up on garbage barges and then pushed it over the side into the river. But yeah, that's what happened with 52 Topps and the Mantle Rookie. Now there's a lot of them out there, don't get me wrong. It's just not as many as say card 1. There's way more card 1 than there are card 411, and that's why. He said for a couple of years, Cy Berger now. He said for a couple of years he was just, anytime somebody would order Topps, he would try to also sell them a case of 52 high number, what we consider high number, and for just nothing, just to move it, just to get it out, and people didn't want it. They didn't want it. Like, just to go, man, just go back 7 decades. Was it around 1960? Yeah. Some people feel like it was right there in 1952, but I know it wasn't. And it was because of warehouse space. That's why. Imagine just going back and giving Cy Berger a phone call and be like, look, I hear you got some 52. Maybe you're having trouble moving it. I'm willing to pay penny a box. I'll pick it up. Could you imagine? Could you imagine picking up cases of 52 for, a quarter or 30 cents or something like that a case, just to get it out of his warehouse? And he'd have jumped at the chance. He didn't want to throw it. He didn't want to push it into the water if he didn't have to. And then you could just leave it. Of course, then you'd have to store it. It'd be tough. Ooh. All right, look, I didn't hit you in auto, but damn, that is a black refractor, Jason Dominguez rookie. And that's our second black refractor. Wow. That's nuts. That's nuts. And if you ever went and visited Cy Berger, right? If you went and visited Cy Berger, he would give you printing plates from like the 52 set, the 53 set, 54, 55. He would give them away as like gifts for people who came and toured Topps in the 50s and 60s. So he would hand you a printing plate and be like, hey, this is what we used to make the cards. Could you imagine that? Oh my gosh. There you go. Freddie Peralta. Yeah, that Dominguez is huge. That's probably, I would say that's the biggest Dominguez we've hit. It really helps the spot like a lot because it went high. You know, it didn't go 3,300 high, but I think it went close to. I think it went over 2, right? That black refractor goes a long way. That helps that out. I think a couple things helped 52. One, they didn't make as much, right? They didn't make as much of the late series. And then 2 is the story of pushing it into the Hudson. Like if you sat on the cases, right? If you sat on the cases, it's the same as far as rarity of the 52 Mickey Mantle as it is if you push them into the Hudson, at least until you sell the cases. You know what I mean? So I think the thing you would lose is that the whole we threw it into the water. You know, the whole Cy Berger story about what happened to 52 Topps high number. You know, you lose that story, and that is it's almost apocryphal, that story. So I think that makes a difference, but not a huge difference. You're still talking about only so many Mickey Mantles surviving, as far as everybody knows, unless you start opening them in the 70s and the 80s, and then, the market's got 10 times as many Mickey Mantle rookies as it did. Then, yeah, it definitely makes a difference. But, if you don't open them until the pandemic, you know what I mean? Like, say you just be like, just right at the height of the, like, winter 2020. You know what I mean? Winter 2020. And you're like, surprise, here's a case of 52 Topps high number that, has been in my family since 1960, since the late 1950s. We bought it from Cy Berger. Here's the bill of sale. You know what I mean? Like, it would be awesome. So I think the difference between you buying the cases and keeping them hidden and Cy Berger throwing them into the water are minimal because it's Mickey Mantle. It's the Mantle rookie. That's, if we didn't have the Mantle rookie, it's almost a non-story. You know what I mean? Like, so to answer your question, yeah, I think it would be worth the same. Yeah, because Mantle's Mantle regardless. And the amount of Mantle rookies in population would be the same until you opened yours up. That would be a great group break, though. I always wanted to do one pack as a group break. I always felt like if I bought one pack, and I think the last time I had a real good chance of getting a pack was a 5-cent pack, which I think is 5 cards. I think 5 cent was 5 cards and 1 cent was 1 card, I think. And I felt like I could have done it was 16,000. I felt like I could have done a 5-card spot at 3,000 and change, and you just got one random card. You know what I mean? And maybe it's on the gum, maybe it's on the wax. Like, you're just rolling the dice, because I'm pretty sure I could find 5 people that wanted to be a part of a 52 Topps wax break. You know what I mean? Like, and then later there were bricks of 52 Topps that were at Mike Trout, that were at Baseball Card Exchange. He might still have them. I mean, I don't know, but I know he had them. And we actually asked, and he wouldn't give us the 10% discount that he normally gives. And then he wouldn't break them up. Like, you had to buy the entire brick of packs. And I want to say it was like 100K or something like that. So, yeah. It would have been nice. And I was tempted to try it, but, gambling 100K on doing it. And the way I was going to do it was I was only going to do one pack like a year. You know what I mean? I was going to do one pack a year. I was going to open the brick and then separate the packs and then open one pack a year. And I almost had Blowout convinced because they were gonna have to foot the bill. you know, I almost had them convinced, and then they were like, we're just gonna. At the end of the day, this is how this conversation went. I was so sad. At the end of the day, we're gonna focus on buying and selling, sealed wax, and we're not gonna worry about vintage pack breaking or whatever. And I got it. And they weren't like, we think it's a bad idea. We were just like, we'd rather focus our money on this. And so we never did it. But it was really close. It was really close. I probably had Blowout leaning towards it at one time of buying me a brick of 52 Topps packs. I forget how many packs it would have been. But yeah, it would have been awesome. Somebody did buy them. I don't know if they did group breaks or whatnot, but somebody did buy them. And I felt like it was a promotion, like at the National or something. I don't know. But yeah, it would have been it'd have been awesome. There's another good card, Shohei Ohtani, white border. White border. Because I wouldn't want to try to do them all at once. I think you have a lot of trouble moving them all at once, and then if you do move them all at once, it kind of reduces the allure. But if you set it up where you're doing one a year for a decade, I think you could probably pull it off. Garrett Cole, Nico Horner. My other idea, and this I think is a good idea too. I shouldn't share this. I didn't want to share this because but here's my other idea. You remember those sets, the 52 Topps sets that they sold in like 83? I think it was. They were really good sets even back then. They were like $100 at the time for these sets, which is a lot of money for a set in 83. But it was like a heritage set basically. And they sold it in a little blue box with a foil sticker across it. And it was the 52 Topps reprint set. And they sold them in 83, but I think the idea was that it was like the 30-year anniversary or something like that. But the mantle from that set goes for a lot of money, especially in high grade. Like a lot of money. So anyway, Juan Soto, my idea was to buy one of those sets and then do a player random, card random, and include the original pack in it. Because they say you could pull the mantle in that pack, but you could also, that was my idea. The problem is once you know what series it is, then once the series is known, you eliminate most cards from the set as being possible. And I thought that would be a problem. But that was my other idea. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Luis Arise refractor. I thought that we were only getting like 10 people watching this break because I was doing it like 4 in the morning. But here we are, it's not even 10 and we got the same amount of people watching. So I think just people are tired of Heritage. Just tired of Heritage. Whew. Yes, my love.
You said CCAR means the same thing?
Yeah, CCAR means Clubhouse Collection Auto Relic, but we didn't hit any, so don't worry about it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
You can mark that one off. I know, halfway there. I mean, it doesn't bother me how many people are watching. I just thought it was funny. I thought for the last case that it would be a little more interesting to the people in the break, but I think they're just waiting for me to post the the recap. They're just waiting for me to post the recap. AJ Smith Shawver. Bo Bichette photo variation. Living on a dock and a prayer. Hey, Jim Cat Auto. All right, that's our second auto. Hall of Famer. What I've got what? You found a flip stock today? Oh. I mean, yeah, I definitely would have bought the flip stock. If that was my big PC. Yeah. Of course, if you do buy the flip stock, that means we'll hit you one. But if you don't buy the flip stock, we won't. So, you know, it's up to you. But you're either gonna get 2 or none. That's how it works. Nolan Ryan. But yeah, I'd have bought it, assuming the price was reasonable. Flip stocks are those kind of things that after the first, couple weeks of release, you might not see another flip stock ever. You know what I mean? I know flip stocks are crazy this year with some cases having a bunch of them in a row. So I get that. So that changes things somewhat. It's the cheater. But a flip stock can come up and then that's it. You know what I mean? Like, then it's 10 years later and you're like, all I need is the flip stock. Yeah, 15's a great price. Sure. I think that was smart. I know people that were doing a rainbow, and they already had the super, but the red was too high. So they were like, "Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because, you know, the red will be cheaper in the future." And then they never saw another one. Like, that was it. They never saw another one. Bobby Witt, no signature for Bobby Witt. Nice. I think we're supposed to average a black over the 100 caser. I feel like that's what it is. That you should hit one. I mean, doesn't mean you will. I get it, but I think the numbers say you should hit one. Yeah, blacks only come out of hobby cases, I think. I don't think you can get them in retail. They're like the white. Higgy. Joe Musgrove, 23 out of 99. Metabolically challenged brethren, that's great. Not my metabolically challenged brethren. Listen here, pal. I'm just metabolically challenged. I like it. All of you metabolically cis people don't understand. Yeah. Oh, who do we got? Who do we got? Give me somebody. Vern Rule. That's the only one I recognize. Paul Siebert. It's the second rookie card I've hit But other than Vern Rule, I don't recognize any of these people. It's cool though. It's cool. I'm down for it. Eventually, I'm gonna hit one of the ones with like Jim Rice or Dwight Evans or, you know, I'm gonna hit one. Gary Carter. I'm gonna hit one. You'll see. Vaughn Grissom. Ellie De La Cruz. I feel like they should have done a card, you know, with Ellie and Dominguez and Evan Carter and, I don't know, Jordan Lawler or something like that. And done it in that 4-panel design and made it a super short print, like a super short print, you know, 1 in 10 cases kind of card. I think it would be awesome. Jose Ramirez. All right. I'm on it for you. We got 2 boxes left. 2 boxes left. I haven't hit Dominguez or Juan Soto either. I'm sure there's a lot of guys we haven't hit autos of, but those 2 specifically, like especially the Dominguez, I'd really like to hit him one. Although I did just hit him a black refractor, so I'm feeling a lot better about that because that's a really nice hit. All right, you guys, we got an hour left for the drinking break. 1 hour left. Oh, yeah, I mean, just the odds said there would be. That's the reason I wanted to combine. It's not the only reason, but that's the main reason that I decided in the end to combine them, just because, you know, it's not the same as Bowman, where other than rookies, there's usually only a couple guys that are short print for whatever reason. You know, in general, you know, if you're supposed to hit 3, you probably are going to hit 3. You know, it might be 4, it might be 5, it might be 2, but in Heritage, that is not true. So you're going to have a bunch of guys that have a ton of autos, usually the cheaper rookies, and then you're going to have a bunch of guys that have very few autos, which is usually your original players, you know, so George Brett kind of thing. And then some of your expensive rookies, some years they're common and some years they're not. But your star guys, Mike Schmidt, Shohei Ohtani, Juan Soto, Jose Ramirez, you know, they're never printed the same. They're just not. So that's why I wanted to put it all together with the relics too, in the hopes that, and Chrome, because, you know, Chrome would have done much better financially if I had separated it, but since we made it all one spot, it. Remillard. All right, good luck. We got 1 box left, and I think we still have the hit from this box in these last 2 packs. I think. Maybe not, though, but I think it's in here. And it's a relic. All right. Eloy Jimenez. So we've got one box left. We've got 2 autos in the case. So I'd say we should hit an auto in this box. But I mean, there's been a lot of 2 auto cases there, so there's definitely no guarantee that there's an auto left. No, but I hit him last night. I hit Steer last night, not his auto, but I forget what it was. Maybe it was a gold relic. I don't know. I remember hitting him, whatever it was. All right, my friends. Triple auto relic. Okay. Juan Marichal. Trey Cabbage. Well, at least he has the distinction of joining a long list of other auto spots that are also 0-61 because it's heritage. Hoping for one last big red ink auto. That is my hope. It's probably the last pack. So let's see. Biggest card out of this case was the Black Dominguez Refractor. That was definitely the big card so far. I mean, that's not unheard of. Libertor. Black and white Libertor. Panini used to release the numbers, not at release, it was always after release, where you could see how many of a prospect or a rookie signed. It was always really interesting to find out who was short printed, you know, but you didn't know at release. So sometimes people would hit a really rare auto, not know it was a really rare auto, and then sell it on eBay, and then later Panini would release the list of how many autos were inserted, and they would find out that they had, you know, sold a rare auto for pennies on the dollar. Paul Goldschmidt refractor. Nate Lowe. All right, 2 packs left. Give me a big red auto. Come on. Let me go out on a bang. You ready? Here it is. Last pack, first 50. Oh, it's not a relic. It is Jordan Adams. All right. All right. Third auto, Jordan Adams. Not red. Not a big name. But little rookie auto. It's fine. It is what it is. All right, my friends. Let's go ahead and recap it. And if you're not going to be here for the drinking break, which is perfectly fine, I'll see you on Monday. Oh, this goes up here. Okay. Like a glove. Hey, come here. Whew. All right, my friends, this is case 25. 25 cases. So counting the 11 caser, I've opened 31 cases in 9 days. 31 cases in 9 days. Trey Cabbage, Matthew Liberatore, that's a black and white. Nate Lowe, Remillard, Vaughn Grissom, Alex Speeds, Higgy, Juan Soto, that's a cool card. Earl Weaver, AJ Smith, Shawver, Shohei Ohtani, Jacob Lopez, Christian Walker, Freddie Peralta, Mookie Betts, Pablo Lopez, Craig Kimbrell, Dominic Smith, Yogi Berra, Adolis Garcia, Yasmani Grandal, Zach Gallen, Zach Geloff, Acuna, Dominic Smith, got Gassman and Strider, Clark Schmidt, Zachary Nito, and Michael Conforto. Then we've got photo variation of C.J. Abrams, no signature for Bobby Witt, photo variation for Bo Bichette. I think this is color swap for Nope, image variation for Quinn Priester, image variation for Acuna. Curtis Mead, image variation, color swap on the Sal Frelick, and another C.J. Abrams. I think that's back-to-back cases. I know I did it last night, but I think that's back-to-back cases where we've done that hit C.J. Abrams. He must have just a ton of photo variations in these cases. All right, Paul Goldschmidt refractor, Jarren Duran. Correa's a cheater. Luis Arraez refractor, Garrett Cole. That's the big hit from this case. That's the big hit. That is a Jason Dominguez rookie black refractor to 75. Manny Machado refractor. Christopher Morel. Pretty rare to hit 2 black refractors in one case. Generally, you hit none. Slade Ciccone refractor, Jordan Walker refractor, and Jose Tena. Here are your purples: Yuri Perez, Dansby Swanson, Rafael Devers, Bobby Witt, Zach Wheeler, Kyle Tucker, Carlos Correa is a cheater, Jordan Luzardo, Austin Riley, Juan Soto, Byron Buxton, Jordan Lawler, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Logan Webb, Brandon Nimmo, Tommy Henry, Gavin Williams, Marco Luciano, Christian Yelich, Christopher Morel, Kim, Sal Frelick, Henry Davis, and Giancarlo Stanton. He has 12? That's a lot. Yeah, Mead fell off a cliff. We haven't hit a Mead in forever. Eloy Jimenez. I hit his refractor. I think a chrome refractor the other day. Eloy Jimenez, Joe Musgrove to 99. Nico Horner, Alec Thomas, Brandon Nimmo, Charlie Blackmon, Oswald Peraza, William Contreras, and Bo Bichette. I feel like Mead was pretty strong enough early on that it was still just an amazing spot. But only one auto for Mead, but he had a ton of variations. Jordan Adams, Jim Catt, and Volpe. The Volpe, it is the Nope auto. That's the Nope auto, but still pretty cool. Those are your 3 autos. Then we have these. Again, we hit the 4-panel rookie, but other than Vern Rule, it wasn't anybody I recognized. Brent Strom, Larry Christensen, and Pepe Frias. If you want to see what 25 cases of oversized box toppers looks like, I can actually show that to you. So this is 25 cases. I only hit 1 auto. Jay Brooks had another one, which is more than we were supposed to hit. The odds were 1.5 in 111 cases. 1.5, and we hit 2 in the first 50. Well, 61. But yeah, that's what it looks like. That is a lot. There's a lot of boxes, and then you figure it's twice as much, or 4 times as much for the entire 100 caser. But that's it, my friends. Thank you very much. I will see you for the drinking break in 45 minutes. I'm gonna pregame, make it exciting. All right, have a good one. Thank you very much, and see you Monday.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications. If you enjoyed what you watched, smash the like button. And if you're looking for a great group break, remember,
He's been breaking for 10 years straight. Who knows what he'll pull today? Cheap fun breaks is the big league way.
this has been a production of CFB